I'm Holly.
And I'm Heather.
And today our podcast is on empowering you to do you, right, Heather? Because that's
To
something
do
I always
you,
say.
yes.
You do you.
You do you. But what I love about us being the power of two is that what she has, I need, and what I have, she needs. So I feel like we were really blessed from the beginning because we had one another. So that power really empowered us to really create a lot more impact.
Yep.
You agree, Hal?
Oh, totally. And I feel like that's something that we really work on giving our team,
Right.
our staff, to empower them. So for us, one thing that I know I do myself every day, and I know you do too, right, is daily affirmations. Why daily affirmations are beneficial? Because you know what? And I tell my boys that if you are having a bad thought, right, how do you get rid of that bad thought?
You say something.
You say something. So it comes out of my mouth, just interrupted a bad thought.
Right.
And you know what? My mother would always tell us, you can do anything.
Right.
And she would grab her hands and look at this and you can do anything. And she would just tell us great affirmations. Plan your work your plan.
You got to have a word.
You got to have a word. You got to have a system. So for us, those affirmations, I know for me, every day, like when I go into work and I know I'm going to have a beastly, beautiful day, stand on my feet for 11 hours, I always say, okay, you know what? For me, now this is me, right? If it's not you, then don't take it. You do you. I'm like, okay, God, I can't show up today and give these wonderful clients of mine the best of me if you don't come in the store with me today.
Right.
So for me, I always say, one of my declarations is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So for me, I look at my hands, I'm like, these hands are going to hug someone, are going to create something, are going to make someone today that I touch feel and look beautiful.
Right.
So that's an affirmation,
Yeah.
right?
And I think what's so great about an affirmation is that you know, when you start to say it, it already gets you in a different mindset. And I find there's an empowerment that takes place.
Totally.
Like if I just wake up and start declaring, or if I just wake up and start having gratitude, or I wake up and start thinking about the people that I'm going to empower and impact and change by just beautifying them on the outside,
Yes.
then I already start to manifest that, because that's exactly the attitude that I'm going to really bring forth.
Yep.
So, you know, the way you do that and why you do it is, for us, you do it because people really care. Like that saying is, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You do it because people really care. They really matter. And so when you affirm yourself and you really have set yourself up for that and you walk into that atmosphere with that being on the inside of you,
Yep.
what happens? You end up manifesting that and giving it to everybody else around you.
And really an affirmation kind of gives you a cutting edge on really bringing something from like an invisible realm. And for you to have the cutting edge on, I'm walking into an environment and I already feel this on the inside of me.
Well, you know what? I love when people would always say this, you're so positive, or people who are negative, they'd say, she's so negative. We've always said positive and negative, they're on the same playing field.
Yep.
I'd rather be supernatural, because if I have a supernatural connection with someone greater than what's positive, what's negative, then all the responsibility is not on me.
Exactly.
Because he's affirmed me.
Yep.
And so I can pass on that affirmation to other people.
Yep. And really that's, for me, is called living an elevated life.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. We tell our team, don't go where you're tolerated, go where you're celebrated. So how do you get there? You know what Heather says is, it's in the daily. That's how you get there. It's in the daily. So if you feel uncomfortable, right? I remember Heather we had a teacher. We actually were in the choir when we were in high school. And Heather did not like singing in front of everybody, doing her vocalizing. Remember?
Yes. Yep.
And so Miss Alt would say, now the whole class has to turn around while Heather's doing her vocalizing. So really that's a message for us. How do we do it? We do it afraid.
Do it afraid. And you
step
know what? The
into
more
that uncomfortable zone. Sometimes it's
Yes.
uncomfortable to make
Yes.
affirmations.
It's like working out. I love to work out. She doesn't really love to work
I
out.
don't.
But how do you really learn to love to work out? It's in the daily. And then when you start to see those results, just like when you are having these affirmations and you affirming yourself and affirming others, like she said, it does feel a little uncomfortable. But when you really connect that with other people, that really empowers you to want to do it. Because who doesn't want to make somebody's day?
Yep.
And
And
that's how you do
elevates
it.
your life. And in
Elevates your life.
return, you elevate other
Someone
people's
else.
lives.
It's the power of sowing and reaping.
So for us, I think the empowerment thing is something that, you know, again, that is something that's caught if you're in an environment. I really want to empower others. And I feel like we just do that because, like you said, you're doing something and there's a resistance, and then it becomes natural.
Natural.
It becomes natural
Yes.
to you. And that's really the circle of life. I think
And that's
it is.
beyond beauty. That's what it's all about. We go beyond beauty. It's not just a beautiful haircut, not even pretty makeup. It's really giving them something that's beyond so they can feel beautiful from the inside out.
Yep. And I think, too, another A for us, because one is affirmations. And really, affirmations, you have to have a great attitude. That's another A. So sometimes we'll hire people who maybe they came in, we were looking for a stylist, and we felt like technically they didn't have the skills.
Right.
But they have an amazing attitude.
And I can.
And I can.
I can attitude.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's really important. I think attitude is really just, for us, attitude really reflects the altitude. How high you want to go in life is based upon what kind of attitude you have.
Right.
So, and I think you said another A earlier, Heather.
I think
affection.
Definitely affection. You gotta be affectionate towards people. You gotta really, especially when you're in an industry where you're just taking care of people all day long. So the biggest thing you need to do is know how to love people. Because the most successful hairdressers are those who have a good attitude, because they end up attracting people, and they affection because they love people, and that's a byproduct. But I was thinking earlier, I think one of the greatest gifts that we had at 27 was ambitious. You either are ambitious or you're not. I think you can grow into becoming ambitious.
Yep.
But if you have that tenacious, ambitious spirit and attitude, sky's the limit.
Yep.
And that's actually one of the first books I read, Sky the Limit by Wayne Dyer. So
Yeah, I love ambition, because really, ambition to me is an excitable word. It's like when you think, when you see somebody, oh God, they're so ambitious. Well, they're ambitious for what? What drives them? There's a driving piece to being ambitious. And we were ambitious really to serve, not sitting on the couch saying, oh, we want to make all this money. That was really just a byproduct. That was never something that was ever a motivating force. And that's something I feel like is important to communicate to young people. Don't ever be driven by money or power. Be superior to it.
right.
Don't ever let that drive you. Be superior
That
to it.
becomes the byproduct. And if
Exactly.
you know that, then because sometimes money's never going to be enough, but if you are ambitious, which includes people and serving, money's always the byproduct. We always say we don't go into work to see what people can give to us. We go into work to see what we can give to people.
Exactly. And I think the last one is you have to take action. Everything in life is execute, execute, execute. An idea is only a great idea,
Until you do
but
something
it's going to
with it.
die dormant and lay in that notepad unless you take action. And that action piece is the resistance piece, right? You have to step forward, take action, And
Discipline. You need to be disciplined. If you're not disciplined, then a great idea is, like you said, is just sitting on the page.
Yep.
So you have to take action, and it's in the daily. It's doing the hard things, but knowing at the end, I'm going to reap because I've been so consistent doing the hard things.
And doing the hard things, after a while, they become easier. If you are harder on yourself, life's a lot easier on you. If you're easy on yourself, life's a lot harder on you. So that's something for us. We are definitely action takers. That's why I feel like we are forever young, because we refuse to just get stagnant and stay the same. And COVID, COVID was a great pivot for us.
Right.
To be better. So during COVID, we said a lot of affirmations. We weren't moved by anything. We kind of were able to dictate our future. And that's really for everybody out there. You are in control of where you want to be in life.
And I love this saying. It talks about you live in the kingdom you see most clearly.
Yep.
And the kingdom is a place where you domain and you rule. And you live in the kingdom that you see most clearly. So for us, even with COVID, we were in a expanding process. And so we didn't decide to stop. We decided to pivot and say, you know what I've started, I'm going to complete it, and I'm coming through.
Yep.
You got to always know I'm capable of coming through. Well, how do you know that? It's because what we've been doing 20 years prior.
Yeah.
Growing, and having that.
The past empowers you to see
propel into
beyond
the
where
future.
you are in the middle, to really grab your future.
Yes.
Okay, Heath, so I feel like we gave him some good nuggets today. You?
Yeah, we gave you some great nuggets. I think I want to leave with you guys this one message. Start tomorrow. Just start tomorrow saying a few words over yourself. And as awkward as it may feel, I think you need to do it in front of a mirror. And the more you start to say it, and then you really start to believe it, you will see your whole countenance and your whole body language is going to change just by what you say, and people are going to see it, because you're going to say so many affirmations, and you're going to have such an awareness of how these words can change my life, that people are going to see it, and it's going to be manifested in other people too.
And I remember a nugget, a client of mine, Michelle Treen, said this to me. She said, sometimes when you don't know what you want to say and you're just kind of feeling down, discouraged, she says, go through the alphabet. Today I'm going to have an awesome day. Today it's going to be beautiful. Today I'm going to show compassion. Today I'm going to operate in the divine. Today I'm going to do something everlasting to touch somebody's life for eternity.
Yes, that's so
Today
true.
I'm going to be faithful. And when she shared that with me, I thought, gosh, you know what? It's very childlike, right? But there's an element of, if you look at kids, what? They're fearless, they're afraid of nothing, they'll try anything.
Nobody told them they couldn't
Nobody
do it.
told them they couldn't. So I think that's a cool nugget.
Yes,
She
I
shared
love
that with
that.
me. So that's something every
The
now and then
alphabets.
that I
We all
just
know
go through the
alphabets.
alphabets, right?
Yep.
Thanks. 26 affirmations, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, beyond beauty. So that's you.